All right, so I'm going to record it to this computer. Welcome, everybody. This is Geeky Extras to take learning further. I'm Danny Moss. I'm a staff officer on the professional development team at Alberta Teachers Association, and joining me is Christine Kwong. Welcome, Christine. How you doing?
Hey everyone, I'm Christine. I'm the EdTech consultant for the Edmonton Regional Learning Consortia.
All right, thanks for being here, Christine. And Christine will be sharing a little bit later some cool, anything she wants actually, in terms of what ARPDC might be offering in terms of sessions, in terms of resources. I know they've got a great brand new website. They've got some great Facebook groups for grade specific things they've been creating. So thank you. We're all in this together, right? So with that, let's get started here, everyone. You may have seen this short URL, bit, for those who just joined, I'll type it in again, bit.ly/ATA-Geeky. If you want a copy of these slides, there's not much on them right now other than topics, but after the session, I'll do some screen recordings and pop them in. We're here to look at a whole bunch of cool things you can do. So don't worry if you're not catching everything right now in terms of how to do everything. I will demonstrate it, but just for your awareness, those screen recordings will be there in case you just need to see it again another time. Okay, so with that, let's hop right in. Was everybody here when I did the little intro? All right, we've got Family Feud. It's Friday afternoon. We like to party. All right, that's terrible. Okay, I'm gonna just get started, and you can still see my screen, Christine? Everybody? Yep, okay, wonderful. Okay, let's get started. First thing, adding Bitmojis to your works. You may have noticed I've got my Bitmoji there. The guy's probably about, 15, 20 pounds lighter than I am right now. I know it hasn't helped being stuck inside, but if anybody has the Bitmoji app on their phone, and have a Bitmoji account set up where you can have it looks just like you, but it's kind of in this cartoon format. You can bring these things into your Google Docs, slides, your Gmail. You can copy and paste them into anything really, PowerPoint, Word, anything. And so to do that, you can go to this Chrome web store. I'll just paste that link in the chat. Hopefully that turns into a hyperlink. Did it turn into a hyperlink in the chat? For some weird reason, it's not turning into a hyperlink in my chat, but no, says Brandy. Yes, says some. Oh, weird. Okay. Sorry, Brandy. I don't know why it is. And so what you can also do is come into, are you on this, Brandy? Were you able to find this Google Slides rather? So what you can also do on slide 2 here, I've got it in the speaker notes. See that Chrome link right there? In the speaker notes of the slides, you can go into there. It brings you to this. You hit the install button, and now on you'll see this Chrome extension up here after you install it. I know it was working for me too, Jad, yesterday, but for some reason today, I think I did a little update. But come to this. Type in bit.ly/ATA-Geeky. You'll come to these slides, and I'll make sure and put the links in the slide notes of each particular one. Does that make sense? So come on in here. You can see it down there. You can click on it down there, and then open up that Chrome Web Store link. Hit install, and now back in your Google Docs, your Google Slides, whenever you want, just hit this little Bitmoji button here. The first time you do it, you're going to have to log in with your Bitmoji account. So you're going to have to set that up on your smartphone first. As far as I'm aware, that's what you've got to do. Is that right? I'm seeing Christine nod. Set it up on your smartphone first, and then it's just connecting that account into this Chrome extension. So you see all these things? Check it out. You can right-click copy and right-click paste. What I've just been doing as well is just dragging and dropping onto my Google Slides or my Google Docs. Stay home, it says. Who knew we should stay home? Whoops, there we go. So there are a lot of fun ones. Don't encourage students to install this, please. Don't let them know about this Chrome extension, okay? In terms of, or don't advise them to install it. Because there are some that are borderline, well, there are some that are inappropriate for students, but you would pick the proper ones. There's all sorts of fun things. that you can put in here. Some teachers are using these as kind of informal feedback. Student hands in a document and they put a little sticker, almost like a virtual sticker. Other teachers are decorating their own slides, their own Google Docs, their own emails with these things. So if you're proud of something a student has done, you can just open it up, drag and drop, you know, something like this one in here, add a little bit of fun, okay? Drag them around as you choose to. Some of them have clear backgrounds, as you can see. So it's really easy to do, and it can add that fun factor to your work. All right, has anybody here got a Google site? Some teachers have a website, a class website, and there's a really easy way to add 360-degree images onto your Google site, okay? And so let's try to do that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna find these pictures on Google Maps, and then we're going to, all right, some great suggestions in the text chat. Thank you, Lynn. Keep that conversation going. So we're gonna find a 360 picture on Google Maps, and then I'll show you how to put it into a Google site. All right, so let's open up Google Maps, and that is maps.google.ca. And let's just type in any location we want. It can be anything from a local place to a famous place. I'm just gonna type in Hawaii volcanoes. See what we got. All right, we got a whole bunch of them. Let's go to Kilauea. Wouldn't it be nice to be in Hawaii right now? All right, so when you open up any location in a Google map, scroll down to the photos and see if it gives you, sometimes it just shows a handful of photos. Some of them will say 360-degree view. You should be able to do this on your Weebly site, Josephine, because what we're going to be looking for are some HTML code snippet that we can copy. So I'm pretty sure you can put that on a Weebly site. So sometimes you will see these on a Google map, even if it's like a local restaurant or a local tourist attraction. Instead of seeing something that says 360-degree view, sometimes it'll show a picture and it'll have kind of a flattened circle with an arrow kind of pointing on that. Whatever we can do, we click that, and here are some of these 360-degree pictures. Okay, it looks like they've got 4 of them here, 360-degree pictures from Kilauea. So what we're gonna do, and with this picture, do I need to show that part how I got here again? Or are we good? What I did was I typed in Hawaii volcanoes, I chose a location, and then I scrolled down a little bit in the listing of that location until I found something that gave me an idea that there were some 360-degree pictures. These are pictures that people like you and I have uploaded. Google Maps gives that option for individuals to upload their own 360-degree pictures. So I've got a picture here, check it out. If I drag on that picture, I can see all the way around in a 360-degree. Too bad I didn't get something that shows lava here, but let's imagine I did. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Right next to that picture, in the upper left part of that picture, there are 3 dots. When we click on the 3 dots, we're gonna go share or embed. And what we're gonna do is we're going to embed a map. Now look at all this kind of gobbledygook right here, but this is what it's eventually gonna look like on our website. So I'm just gonna hit this button here to copy the HTML. All right, now I've got it. I'm gonna go to my class website now and pop it in. Fastest way to create a brand new Google site, sites.new. So however you get to your class Google site, or maybe if it's I don't have an example for Weebly right now, but I'm assuming it would be the same, is you would go to your class website and you would look for a way to insert that HTML code. Now it's very, very easy on a Google site. You can use this embed button with the 2 little kind of greater than, less than coding symbols, or I can just double click, right? I can just double click anywhere. And I look for the yellow embed. Now I can embed one of 2 things. This is really handy, by the way. You can embed by a URL. That's just a normal www website. Right now, I want to choose embed code. And I'm just going to paste Control B, next, and check it out. This is what it's a preview of what it's going to look like. Okay, I hit insert, and there it is. Now I'm in the editing mode here of my Google site. So I'm not going to be able to drag this around right here. I can move this around to different parts of the page if I want to wherever I want. But to see what it would look like for students, there's a preview button right up here. It looks like a laptop and a cell phone. Click it. This is what my website's going to look like. And it'll show me what my embedded map is going to look like. Now I can drag it around. So it could be a really interesting way to share content if you're learning about it in social studies, science, settings in a novel study or a story that you're reading. Lots of different reasons why these 360-degree images might be really fun to put on your websites. In fact, when you're on this preview of your Google site, this is how it would look on a laptop. See these other buttons down here? I can see what this site would look like on an iPad. And I can see what the site would look like on a smartphone. So even on a smartphone, they're going to be able to see that. They can just drag their mouse to drag and look in all different directions, okay? So that's how that works. When you do this in Google Classroom, you need to create a website first. So it won't show the 360-degree image in Google Classroom, but what I could do instead of sending this map, I could just go send a link. So I could copy that link and put it in Google Classroom if I want. And then when the student opens up the link, it'll just take them to this. This is what it'll take them to, where they can drag and go around in 360 degrees. So kind of you can do that in Google Classroom. You would just share the link instead of the embed code, but they would click on the link, then it would open this up for them. Does that make sense, Stephanie? Christine, you hop in anytime, by the way, okay? No pressure, but just feel free to jump in. I have no issues with that at all. Any other comments about this? All right, so there we are, adding 360-degree images to your Google sites, or anywhere really. And what we did again, anywhere you want to search. I'm going to go, why don't we try, where would you like to be right now? Somebody type in a location. First thing I see in a location, I'm going to, Hawaii. Okay, we were just in Hawaii. Well, let's go there again. Hawaii. Nova Scotia, says Lily. Well, Haley got Hawaii in there first. Any particular place in Hawaii? Canadian location, people are saying. All right. Oh, wow. Okay, Maui. So you can, anywhere you see, again, look down for those 360-degree views. And there we are. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? Look at that. Looks terrible. Just kidding. It looks awesome. So that is, Google Maps has those all over the place, and you can just copy that. Can you do it from a phone? That's a good question. I don't know if the Google Maps, you can certainly find those 360-degree images from a phone. Will it let you copy them from a phone? I don't know. Do you know, Christine? I'm not sure. Because what I did, remember, in Google Maps was, after I found that image, so let's search Nova Scotia. All right, so I'm going to open that up and go with, this time I don't see a 360-degree thing, so I'm just going to hit photos. And so sometimes it works this way. Scroll down until you see something. Please let there be something that has, you'll see kind of a curvy circle around it. It'll show a 360-degree image. Still looking. Still looking. Come on. Don't fail me now, Google Maps. Let's find a certain place in Nova Scotia. Should we get a little more specific, maybe? Anybody want to choose? Peggy's Cove. Peggy's Cove, Nova Scotia. Great. See this one? It's not, doesn't say 360, but you see the curvy arrow there? All right, so I click on that, and here is one in Peggy's Cove. So you have to look for these three dots to then share or embed, and then you can copy the link to put in your Google Classroom or wherever else you want, your Microsoft Team, your D12 Brightspace, or you can choose somewhere that allows you to embed something. You just copy that HTML, then you'll get that embedded image, okay? This is the medium size, by the way. You can even choose a different size if you want it. You're supposed to be there now. Oh, darn it, Lily, that's too bad. Yeah, okay, well, on the bright side, we're safe. So that's good. It's hopefully you'll be able to get there really soon, Lily, after all this craziness is over with. Okay, so on we go. Screencastify. A lot of people are using Screencastify. It's this kind of salmon colored arrow extension to record their webcam or record their whole desktop. But what you might not have realized is that Screencastify has a video editor. So how I found that, once again, my assumption is to do this, that you've already got Screencastify installed. I've done a couple getting started with Screencastify sessions, and I'll probably do another one next week. But once you've got it installed, you can either, yeah, thank you, Christine. You can upgrade for free to the unlimited version with that cast_COVID. So you can either open up Screencastify, hit these three little lines. Some people call it the pancake stack, others call it the hamburger menu. All about food, really. And then look for editor. Or you can just visit in your browser. This is assuming you have this Screencastify editor. edit.screencastify.com. I put it in the thing there. So edit.screencastify.com. Now, in a nutshell, what you can do with Screencastify editor, it'll start off blank, but you can hit plus, and it's just basically a video editor right in your web browser. And I can actually upload. So if I have video files on my computer, I can upload them into here. Or if I have them in my Google Drive, I can just hit Google Drive. And I can just find out where those videos are. For example, I have a whole bunch in my Screencastify, but they can be other folders too with other video files, no problem. And then you just pick the videos you want. You can either bring them in one at a time. Is anybody familiar with how to choose multiple files at once? What other keyboard key you hold while you're selecting your multiple things? Yeah, as AB has said, you hold down the control key. So if I can hold down the control key and click 1, 2, 3 different things if I feel like it, and then I hit select, and then it's going to bring those 3 things in. Now, while this is not a full demo of how to use Screencastify video editor, what I'll show you is you can, on any one of your clips, you can hit this T button, add some text. You can put that text in different fonts. You can put it at the top. You can put it at the middle. You can put it at the bottom. You can put it at the left, center, right, different fonts, different colors, have at her. So you can put text on your video. You can also go, let's say you have recorded a 7-minute video and at the 3-minute mark you make a mistake. Well, you don't want to start over again. So you can go to that 3-minute mark, click on that spot, and then choose the cut button. Now it's going to cut those 2 clips in half, and I could just trim off this end, trim off. There was 30 seconds in there that I just didn't want. And so you can trim off that middle piece, and then I'm done. Okay, so adding on text and cutting clips are 2 easy things you can do with this after you add your clips. There's more you can do, but that's basically the nuts and bolts of it. When you're ready, you can either save it back to your Google Drive or download it, okay? So give that a shot if you ever need to do some little bit of video editing with any of your screen recordings or really any of your videos and you don't have a paid software in there. Now, what I'm not sure about with this video editor, and again, that was edit.screencastify.com. Can you combine videos? Yeah. So you can combine this. I think I've got 5 or 6 different videos in here Danielle, that I've uploaded from my Google Drive or from my device, and I can combine videos, right? So there you can definitely do that. Trim off different pieces of each video, add text onto any one of those videos or more, and then you can basically either download it or save it back to Google Drive. What I don't know is if you have to, I'm guessing you probably have to have the unlimited subscription to be able to do this, but I don't actually know that. So if you don't have the unlimited version of Screencastify, which Christine Kwong has put the coupon code to get the free version, I don't know if it works. Does anybody know? Does anybody not have the unlimited oh, you do need, Jenny says, yes, you do need the unlimited to edit. Well, we do have that unlimited version for free right now. And so you're welcome to give that a shot if you want to. All right, and you know what? There aren't many tools out there that I would actually pay for as a teacher. Screencastify might be one of them, and you get it for 29 bucks a year US as an educator. So might be worth it once it does cost something, but that's for you to decide. All right, let's dodge on, everyone. This is one that when people hear about this, they think, what? Really? This is what I need to do. A lot of teachers are in the process now finding different ways, instead of doing full group 30 kids doing a live video session, doing smaller group sessions, or arranging conference times to have these video sessions or any other type of appointments with parents even. There's a feature through a special add-on to Google Forms that will allow you to set up different options in your Google form. So here's a sample, different meeting times. Let me see if I can zoom in. So using a special add-on, they call it, for Google Forms, which I'll show you in a second, you can make it such that as soon as a certain choice has been selected, whatever number of times you want, it'll take it right off the Google form, such that nobody else can see it. Let's say I want five people to be able to attend any one of these time slots. I can set this up such that after the first 5 people have selected 9 o'clock to 9:30, it's going to disappear as a choice for everybody else. So how do we do that? Well, I'm in Google Forms, and I'm going to go up to these 3 dots in the upper right hand. I've set this up, the choices that I want, okay? We're going to go find an add-on for Google Forms called Choice Eliminator 2. All right, so I'm going to hit the 3 dots here, and then right close to the bottom is a little thing that looks like a puzzle piece, and it says add-ons. So if you're in Google Forms right now, forms.google.com, and you've opened one up, you want to try this out, I'll give you the direct link, by the way, for Choice Eliminator 2 right away. So don't worry if you don't have this Google Forms open right now. You go to add-ons, and basically those add-ons, for whether they're for Google Forms, or you can find add-on different ones for Google Slides, for Google Docs, Google Sheets, it's like a little Chrome web store just for that app. That was my wife, by the way. Anybody notice that? She walked behind. She's working from home too. She's a vice principal. All right, so anyways, let me go find Choice Eliminator. It is right here, but you could theoretically search for it, Choice Eliminator 2, but here it is. Because they used to have a Choice Eliminator 1, then the guy updated it. So you click on it, click Install. It's going to ask you for some permissions. Thank you, Christine, for the direct link. Chug-a-lug-a-lug. It's going to ask me for some permissions. It's going to say, hey, can I go into your Google Drive? Because it has to be able to manipulate your form. So we're going to say allow. All right. It's going to do its thing there for a moment, and then it will be installed. And what we're going to see on our form, as soon as any add-on is installed, we're going to see in that, all right, it's been installed. Good. Now what we're going to see, I'm going to close that. Now in my Google form, see this? I have this puzzle piece there now. That's for add-ons. And it'll have a list of any add-ons that I have for Google Forms. Right now, I've just got Choice Eliminator 2. So what I want to do is set this form up with Choice Eliminator 2 such that after 5 times that people have chosen any one of those, it'll just disappear off the list. Okay, so here's what we do. I'm gonna hit Choice Eliminator 2, Configure, and it's gonna open up on the right-hand side here. Yeah, John, it's not just you. I've noticed that too. For some reason, it won't let you copy and paste. You know what? I should have given Christine also editing access on this. I'm gonna paste on slide 6 in the slide notes. Usually you'll see the link in there too for Choice Eliminator 2. All right, where was I? Yeah, so you can't copy from that. I don't know why you can't copy from that. Oh, you cannot get Choice Eliminator 2 in your division. Okay, interesting. I have heard that it is a little bit fussy. See, it says, take note. It's suggesting you use Dropdown instead of multiple choice for better reliability. Okay, well, why don't I go to this question right here? It's currently multiple choice, and I will change it to a Dropdown. Good, so these are my Dropdown choices. And currently, if I were to look, see this little eyeball up here? Let's say I just want to see what this form would look like. Choose a conference. There's my Dropdown. Good? All right, let's set this up with Choice Eliminator 2. So here's my form responses 1. Here is the question I want to work with. And I'm going to say, let's start eliminating some choices here. So it's going to chug, chug, chug in the background. And in a second, I'm going to see this settings gear. That's going to let me say how many times. So let's go into the choice option. Here they are. Is this making sense so far? All right. What limit do I want before each of these choices come off? I'm going to say 5. You could say whatever you want, depending on the amount of times. If it's a one-on-one, you're going to leave it at 1, right? So let's see. I could even from here, look at that. I can add more choices. I can change my mind on this and restore it and all that if I wanted to reuse this thing, but I'm just going to leave it like this and close it. So now when people go to this form, after 5 people have chosen that, it's just, let's try this out, see if it works. I'm going to choose 9 to 9:30. Well, I'm going to choose 9 to 9:30. Live demos, man. Let's see if this works. I'm going to choose 9 to 9:30 3 times. 9 to 9:30 4 times. Anybody getting nervous? I'm getting nervous. 5 times, 9 to 9:30. Okay, in theory. Oh, 9 to 9:30 is still there. Look at that. But maybe this, aha. So it looks like that choice is not there anymore. It's just 9:30 to 10, 10 to 10:30, and 10:30 to 11 are my only choices that are left. So that's how Choice Eliminator works. So once again, how we did that from the start is we set up a form. You can do it with multiple choice, although they're saying that drop-down questions work a little bit more efficiently, especially when you've got large numbers of people coming onto this form fairly quickly to make those choices. I've seen schools that have offered all their option classes they want kids to sign up for using this Choice Eliminator. And you've got like 200 kids blasting to this form at once. It can get a little bit bananas, okay? And so do it as a drop-down. You've installed Choice Eliminator through the add-ons. Then you can hit add-ons here. Here's my puzzle piece, Choice Eliminator 2, configure. Here it comes. It'll just, if you have 2 or 3 questions that in your form, it'll say, which question do you want to eliminate some choices from? You would pick it, and then you would check mark and hit the options to be able to say, how many times do I want this thing to go before it starts? Whoops, looks like I didn't save that one. I'll just click away from that. So that is how Choice Eliminator 2 works. Okay. It isn't there. It's not in the Google Apps. It's not in the regular Chrome Web Store. So it is an add-on. So if you go into Forms and you have to click in a Google form, you've got to go to this add-ons, okay? John and some others have pasted a direct link to that, which will take you here. It's a website, the G Suite Marketplace. They don't really make this as available through the regular Chrome Web Store. Then tell you who has chosen each time. Yeah, absolutely. Just like a regular form, I would have to probably go in and say, you know, make a question for what is your name? What is your email address? I would probably want to include that. But right now, it would just show me a summary or individual responses for which time people chose. Or better yet, what you can do is you can, in your responses in your Google form, just open up this spreadsheet, because what it will do then, you'll see what this spreadsheet will do. Come on, Google, people are waiting. Okay, so there it is. You can see in that spreadsheet what people have chosen. That's a live spreadsheet too. As more people would fill out that form, you would see more. And it shows the exact timestamp. Do I know who has selected it? No, I don't, because I didn't ask for that information when I created the form. So I just did it really fast just to show you guys. But yeah, it's a great point. In your questions, make sure you're adding in things like what is your name or what grade, if it's a whole school thing. It is not waitlisted for you. Okay, so some school divisions may be blocking it, we're hearing, so that's unfortunate, but they may have the reasons, because I know some people have found that this add-on is not always super reliable. I'm not sure. So yeah, talk to your IT department. They may have a reason why they don't want you using it. Maybe it's the information that's going in there. Maybe they have a different set of tools they would prefer you use. Okay. All right, so we've got two more things here to share today. One of them is run guided slide lessons with Paradak. Wow. So any slides you have, maybe they are Google slides, maybe they are PowerPoint slides. Paradak is a tool, and Christine, you know a lot about Paradak, do you not? Are you a Paradak person?
I just started using it again because the free version is a lot better now than it was before.
Yeah, so what Paradak is, when I go to paradak.com, it is basically a tool that can let you either live with students, or you can have students go self-paced. It can take your slides and also add in some other interactive pieces, such that when you're going through it with them, there are places where they can interact. They can type stuff in the slide. They can use, so some other people are sharing some information about Paradak, so that's wonderful. So a lot of teachers previously to this remote learning environment were using this live with students. You've got students with Chromebooks in front of you. You load up your Google Slides and hit go with Paradak. Now all of their screens are locked on your slide. And as you advance the slide, theirs advances. And some of them involve dragging stuff around or responding in some way through typing, through inking, through dragging and dropping. And right now, of course, just like a lot of tools we're seeing right now, they're opening up these normally paid for versions. They're opening them up for free for educators. So if you'd like to see on your device how this works, go to this on your device. It can be a phone, an iPad, a laptop. You don't have to try this if you don't want to. We're going to go to the website joinpd.com. PD stands for Paradak. Let me just type that in here. Joinpd.com. And then you're going to type in this BWQDR. Okay, so if you want to try this out on your device, you are welcome to. Yay, I've got 1, 2, got some people joining. So some teachers might find this useful to do when teaching live with students. Maybe they can hear your video in the background, hear your voice, and you might want to have this on their devices. 8, 9 students. Anybody else still wanting to join? You don't have to. You can just kind of see how it goes on mine. All right, we still have a lot of people joining, so I'll just wait for a little bit. While we're waiting for a couple of people to join, that's BWQDR is the code. No problem. I'll wait for you, Lisa Marie. So there are some very cool templates here that they're free to use. There's different prompts and things for early learning for various ages, for various subject areas, or you just basically can even use your own slides. So after we go through an example of this, I will show you, we've got 29 people. I think we're kind of 29 and holding. So let me just hit start here, okay? Unless anybody's desperately, no new code each time. So tell me more about that, Christine.
Sorry, you had a question. Is the code the same every time? It's a new code for each deck, right?
It's a new code each time. Yeah, thank you. So I'm going to hit start class. And so now I'm on this particular slide. It's not really asking you to do anything. And as I go on to the next one, some of these things you have the option to write on your response, okay? So I think you should have an inking thing on top of your whatever device you're using at the very bottom. So this is an inking one, right? Write your response. So if I just click on show responses, okay, you can, oh, looks like there's some typing going on some of these things. So my bad, it wasn't inking. So this is what students are typing, okay? So you can do some typing on here. And as I go show responses as a teacher, I can see what people are typing, okay? Check this out. See this button down here? Lock screens. Isn't that a nice idea? You can lock the students' screens. Okay, so I've got 10 out of 33 responses, 34 responses. So I could just go see exactly what those things are. And now I'm going to move on to the next one. So these are just some general prompts. I'm not sure if I've done a great job of choosing slides that have a whole bunch of different types of responses. Some of them are drag and drop responses. Some of them are typing on top of your slides. Others are marking up with ink on your slides. And so it will give you different things each time. I could choose any other kind of, oh, look at that. I'm going to do this, draw or type things you learned. Right off the hop, I'm just going to do this live. Should we do drawing or, yeah, drawing wouldn't really be super useful, but let's say I do this one. It should be on your screens now, and you should see something to be able to, do you have an option to draw with some ink? Does anybody want to do that? Okay, I'm going to just show responses as we go. Oh, check it out. So I don't know how useful this is to be able to draw on it with your mouse, but you never know. It's just another way. There's certainly, and I had this slide deck up here and I just added something on the fly. So this is a live session, but you also have the option when you start this session, just before I hit start the Paradak session, I had the option of doing a student self-paced. So I think they've made that adjustment. I hadn't seen that before, the student self-paced mode, and that may be in light of our new normal right now where students are working remotely, perhaps at different times of the day on something, so that each student when they arrive could go self-paced through these particular slides, and wherever I've added in a slide that invites them to do a prompt, maybe it's a multiple choice response, maybe it's something, a drag and drop response or a typed response on a certain thing. And a really great place to go to see some of these, what the templates they have is paradak.com/templates. There are some really, really, really nice templates. It'll kind of give you an idea of what's possible with this thing. But in the end, how I ran it, and by the way, I put out a new survey last evening about what kind of PD sessions any of you might want next week. Paradak was one of them. So if you wanted a full hour session, does it always have to be live? No, you can do a self-paced, student self-paced mode so that you don't have to be live with students all the time, okay? So anyhow, I'll leave Paradak for now. I'm just gonna go end session, and then it kind of ends, I'll end it without naming. So basically what I can do here in my slide presentation, anytime I want to start a new Paradak session with students with slides that I already have, here's what I can do. I can go into my add-ons, and there is an add-on for Paradak. So I'm gonna go get add-ons. Let me just refresh this. I thought I added Paradak. Let's just double check. So I'm going to choose add-ons. Let's see, I'm on slide 7, add-ons. There it is, Paradak. So I could say open the Paradak add-on, just to give you a general idea how this works if you want to use your own slides. Maybe it's PowerPoint, maybe it's Google Slides. So I can, at any point in time within my own content, I can add any one of these things: a text slide, a choice slide, a number slide, a website, draggable stuff, okay? So right within my own stuff, I can add these other features. Okay, I can add this draggable slide. So let's go into that and see what that looks like. I could just, let's see, so it's, oh, interesting. So it's like they can drag an icon onto a certain part. So maybe it's you've seen the 4 corners debate where you move to 4 different parts of the room. If you feel this, move to this corner. If you feel that on this issue, move to that corner, and so on. You can have them do that on this page here, or any type of creative way you can think of where you might want draggable response. What do we want them to drag? Give different icons. Okay, so then I could update that slide, and then basically it's ready to go. Drag the icon, and now when I hit start lesson, now it's taking my Google Slides, and it's I'm ready. And let me just hit start lesson, and this is maybe where you're going to see now the 2 choices. Yeah, instructor paste, that's real time. That's what I did with you just now, but I could have gone student paste, okay? And then it would give that code and everything. So are you capable now of running an entire Paradak session on your own? Maybe. I know I didn't show much here. So if you want another Paradak session for a full hour next week to take advantage of this free tool right now that might add some functionality you're looking for, let me know. All right, so this last one is not going to be super easy to, I'll share with you, by the way, I'll share with you that survey link if you'd like to say yes on the Paradak and give it an actual vote. I'll share that with you shortly, before we end the session. Yeah, it is pretty cool. I'm really hoping that enough people show interest in it. So create awesome video clips with Apple Clips. So Apple Clips, if you have, sorry, Android people, this is an iPhone. You like pears, said John. If you have an iPhone, then you will be able to use this Apple Clips. If you have one of the newest iPads, you might be able to do this on an iPad as well. I'm not 100% sure if Apple Clips works on iPad. I think so. So I wanted to show you in the classwork section what these, it's basically a little video editor that has a whole bunch of super cool effects on here. So here's a sample of a morning message that I created on my phone using Apple Clips. And oh geez, nobody likes to see themselves on the screen, right? So the point is, I was sitting in my living room, and it took the background away. So I'm not really going to be able to do a good job of showing you my screen right now, aside from the fact that, just to say, if you have Apple Clips on your phone, you can open it up, and then you can basically go into these different scenes, they call them, scenes, and then you can drag through different scenes. You can see it's taken away my whole background, and it's replaced it with these virtual scenes, okay? Here are the virtual scenes on here. This one is just sort of clouds, and I can just go along. There's even a Star Wars one, I think. So it kind of puts you in this mode here, this video mode, and at whatever point you can just hit the record button, and then you can start recording something. And as you may know, any video that it saves to your phone, anything you have on your camera roll, I can hit the upload button and I can share it to Google Classroom. And so I'm sharing that video from my phone now to Google Classroom. So just go to the App Store and look at Apple Clips. Lisa Marie, if you have an older iPhone, it's probably not going to work. You're probably going to need a 10 or an 11 or beyond to make this work properly. To get the fancy backgrounds anyways, you might work on an older device, but to get the part where they can take away the background, that's how it's going to work. Oh, thank you, Christine. to vote for next week if you would like. So it'll give you which classroom do you want to vote, send it to, or if I'm just in the Google Classroom, I'm in my Google Classroom app now. I can go, once they load up, I can go into the Google Classroom I want, and I can go to my classwork section in my Google Classroom. I really need one of those pieces of software like Reflector 3 to get my iPhone or iPad screen up on my computer. Sorry, everybody, this is super low tech. And then I can just now hit the plus and I can create a material and then just hit the attachment button, and then I'll just attach it from my phone, from my camera roll. So it's actually quite easy. You can record from Google Classroom, you can record live or take pictures live, or you can pull from your camera roll. So that is why, if you have a newer phone, you might be able to use that particular Apple Clip thing. So that is it for my stuff. We have looked so far today at Bitmojis. As I said, I'm going to do some screen recordings here. By the time you get here next week, I'll have short screen recordings on how to do each of these things. It's an Apple app, so it won't work on Android. So sorry about that. I tried to make things that are available for most everybody, but this one is mostly new Apple. That last nugget was just for new Apple phones. We looked at how to add 360-degree images to your Google Sites or other places. We added audio and video to Google Slides. No, we didn't. So adding audio and video to your Google Slides is really easy. What we have done is if you have screencastify or any other tool like that to record video, watch what you can do. Watch how easy this is. I'm going to stop my own video. So I'm going to record my webcam. And I'm just going to very quickly watch how easy it is to add video to your Google Slides. I'm recording my webcam. Hello, everybody. This is your morning message from Mr. Moss. Stop. And in a few seconds, it's going to add this to your, oh, Lisa Marie, good question. I'll hit that one in one moment. And Christine, I don't know if you have anything you wanted to share in terms of a geeky thing, but if you did, we certainly have some time if you want to. So check it out. I've uploaded this video. It's gone to my Google Drive already. I hit copy shareable link. So now it's viewable by anybody. Now in my Google Slides, all I do is insert video and go to my Google Drive because it just loaded there. There it is. There it is right there. So I click on it, I hit select, and then by the time I bring it in and hit play, there's the video that I just recorded. Now it's right on my Google Slide. So it's really a handy way. I'm going to just undo that. Nobody necessarily wants to see that one. So just a heads up, that is how you put video on your Google Slides. So that's it, everybody. Screencastify video editor we looked at. We looked at how to book those appointments using Choice Eliminator 2. We got a sneak peek at Paradak and how that can be used, as well as for those of you with Apple, you've got to create awesome clips. So we've got about 7 minutes left. I'm going to hit stop share, and my pal Christine is going to take over. Is that right?
Yep, I have a couple that I can share. I have one for you, Danny, but I might send it to you. Are you using an Apple phone and a MacBook today? Oh, you're muted.
I'm not using a MacBook, but I am using an iPhone.
Oh, okay. Never mind. That might not work then. Leslie Fisher showed me how to share my iPhone to my MacBook using QuickTime. Anyways, I'll send that to you later. So can you see my screen with the Google Meet?
Yes.
Okay. So one thing that I wanted to share was this new Google Meet grid view. I did put the link to my slides here. I'll maybe just present that. It's bigger for you. And so if you go to this bit.ly link, you can get access to my slides. And I did put the direct links to download the extensions and things that I'm showing you. But this grid view for Google Meet is a new extension that they created. So previously you could only see maybe I think it was 4 or 5 maybe people on the screen at once. But you can see in this example, you can see all of your class much better when you're in a meeting with them. So I'm not going to demo that one, but I just thought I'd mention it as several people are using the Google Meet to meet with their students right now. Another one is Immersive Reader. There's an unofficial Immersive Reader extension that Leslie Fisher shared with us at the EdTech Summit recently. And so it's unofficial, but she did mention that Microsoft knows about it. The person who made this extension was the person who is, I think he's the owner of Paradak. And so they know that it's there, but they won't officially, endorse it because it's for Google. But it is available, they know it's there, and they did retweet it when Leslie Fisher shared it. So I'll just show you how that works. If I go to a website, let's go back, and I have that extension installed, it's up, it shows up here, but when you want to use it, you don't click it up here at the right where you do most of your extensions. What you actually do is you highlight what you want it to read to you and right click. And then there's this little help me read this. And then it will load, and then has the Immersive Reader right there. So the students can, or you can use it.
The Edmonton Regional Learning Consortium.
And then again, you have all of the voice settings and things that you can change male to female, use it fast or slow. And then I think Danny showed this earlier this week in Flipgrid, but it has all the same features. So that's a really handy one that I also like, that I just discovered. And Extensity is another one. So when you are working using your Chrome browser, sometimes it can slow down when you have a lot of extensions loaded. So this extension allows me, and again, I have it linked here in the slide, it allows me to quickly turn my extensions on and off without uninstalling them. And so if you find that your computer's slow, you can use that extension. I'll just show you up here. It's loaded. And if I click it, it will just let me turn these on and off really quickly. So here I'll just unselect it. Now it's grayed out. And now I can undo a lot of the ones that I have loaded right now. Just the only thing I would mention is when you turn a new one on, it won't work until you refresh your browser. So if I was going to turn Rubric on, it wouldn't actually load on this page until I refresh my browser up here at the top. And then, the one other thing that I wanted to mention is that you might want to let parents know that there are Google Classroom mobile apps as well as other applications that they might want to use if they only have access to, can you see you can see my iPhone screen there now? I think. So on my phone, I have Google Apps. And so rather than having parents go to, say, the Chrome browser and go to Google Classroom, it's actually much better to use the apps because this will be a little bit more limiting. So if I go Google Classroom just here in Chrome, I'll show you what that looks like. Oops, that's the wrong one. And I'll just go, actually sorry, I'm gonna go to my other account.
Holy Google accounts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Actually, I don't know.
Yeah, we're still recording, man.
You're still recording?
Yes, we are.
Are you answering questions there?
Great. Yeah, a little bit. Someone asked you, after you're done this part, can you demo how you sent your phone to your Mac screen?
Sure.
Did a quick thing?
Sorry, I picked the wrong account, but just you need to know that if they open it in Chrome, you don't have all the options. It's more limited in the Chrome browser. So what you want to advise people to do is to download on their Android or their iPhone these individual applications. So there's one for Classroom, Drive, Slides, Docs, Meet, Hangouts, whatever you're using with your students. And so when you open items within these applications, it actually allows you to edit things more easily than it would if you were in Safari or Chrome. So just I thought I'd mention that one because I think it's also very handy. I think that's all that I
Very
want
cool.
to share. I will put a link to this blog post that Leslie shared about how to mirror your iPhone from your MacBook. So how I did that was I opened QuickTime. Let's see here. So I have QuickTime open, and then actually I'll just close this so you can see what it looks like from the beginning. If I go to QuickTime and go new movie recording, and then select, I have my phone plugged in through my USB cable to my MacBook. And then here I can select iPhone.
So this would work with your iPad too.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, love it.
And then now I can just show whatever I have on my screen here with you guys.
Do you need the Pro version of QuickTime Player or just the standard version, it works?
I'm just using whatever came with my MacBook.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Woo, that's hot.
I think that's all for me.
Right on. Well, thank you so much, Christine, and thank you to all of you. We're 1 minute over time here, but we hope that you filled your loot bag with some cool ways to have a little bit of fun with your technology and maybe take some things a little bit further. So thank you very much. Anything else you'd like to share, Christine, before we go from ERLC?
I'll just share that we do have some Facebook groups that are happening through ARPDC, and I'll get Danny to share that link out, and we'll share it out on our ERLC Facebook and Twitter pages. But there's separate groups for kindergarten grade 1, there's another group for 2 and 3, one for 4, 5, and 6, and then there's junior high humanities and math and science. And we're also going to be sharing out a website that we've been building to help people with supporting learning at home.
Awesome.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great weekend.
All right. Lisa Marie, if you want to stick around, we'll address your question. Adding a GIF on a Google site. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to stop recording now.